Guys, what's going on? And it's Chris here. We are looking ahead to today's 6-game slate for Thursday, February 6th. As normal, if you guys do go ahead and like the video, leave a like. I appreciate it. Also, hit that sub button as well for more NBA Fanduel lineup advice videos. So, last night for premium, it was pretty good. A lot of the subscribers were pretty happy last night. Scored a 398 and a 390 on our two lineups. And yeah, the cash everywhere. Here's one of our subs right here. As you see, we had a 398, won 300. Literally, he was up top, and then last second it went down a little bit, but like I said, definitely still a profit. So very, very good night for us. Definitely well deserving. And so yeah, like I said, let's get into it here with this lineup. We had a 34.6 from Poole. Like I said, I was iffy. I hate this guy. You know how I feel about him, but I put him in there just because, like I said, he had a little bit lower ownership. I know he can shoot. Brooklyn's not the greatest defense, and I know that he was going to have to handle the ball a little bit more. So he did good. I mean, I wanted more, but what can you say with Poole? Simpson was really chalky. Started out really good. Finished with 20.5. Edwards just popped off. Smith. I mean, this is awesome. Porter, Braun, Kelly, Hunter. Then we had Jokic as our center. Hunter, unreal, 44.5. He's usually just a shooter, and he did everything today, and it was really, really, really nice. So, and like I said, here is the one with the 390. A little bit different lineup here. We didn't go with Jokic, so. But yeah, both of them were provided. Both of them were able for, like I said, to be used and to win some money. Like I said, this is all screenshots from our subscribers. So, like I said, we'd love to have you guys come join us. Like I said, it's only $5 for a day pass, and like I said, with the 398 and the 390 last night, the $5 day pass is almost a steal if you're asking me. You get two lineups for $5 if you guys want to try us out for the day. If you don't, we also have our $25 month pass, FanDuel and DraftKings separately. I do mostly focus on FanDuel, but like I said, we do DraftKings as well if you guys want that. And like I said, I've won 100,000 on each site, FanDuel and DraftKings. So, um, there is that. Like I said, I do know DraftKings. It's just not like 100% playable in my state, so that's why I don't play it as much. So, but yeah, FanDuel Prize Picks combos $30 per month. Like I said, we got Prize Picks by itself. If you guys want to try that out for the day, we can do that as well for only $5. But yeah, like I said, if you want to get in, would love to have you guys. We are on fire right now. It's a good stretch to the NBA right now, about a week before the All Star break. Why not come join us? Because then All Star breaks 4 or 5 days without NBA. So you know um, come join us. That's all I can say. Like I said, we got a free lineup of premium as well. Chris Anthony NBA1 is our Twitter. Give us a follow there, and also message us on there. Say, hey, I would love to get in on premium or free lineups, and we'll get you in. And like I said, you guys will get in on today's slate. So, like I said, it was a good night last night. Good bounce back, for sure for premium with 398. And like I said, still didn't take down in some tournaments, which is crazy. So. Got a whole new day today. This one's an interesting slate. We got one that locks at 4:35, and then 6, and then just wait till 7. So, um, I'm very intrigued to see how I build tonight. Like, am I gonna leave a little bit for the late games? There's not a lot of injury news, so but we'll see. And then also the deadline's in about 2 or 3 hours of making this video, so we shall see what happens. All right, Dallas and Boston. Davis is a true game time decision here. He has been going through conditioning and doing all that kind of stuff. So he's very, very close. So he's either going to be back today or he's going to be back probably on the next game. And the best thing is he's the first game of the day, so we should know what's going on. I'm glad he's not at the end of the night because that would suck. We kind of saw what happened with Giannis yesterday. Lillard and Portis absolutely popped off with the Giannis scratch. So, but yeah, if Davis plays, you got to play Davis. I get it's against Boston, but Davis doesn't like Boston, being a Laker guy, ex-Laker guy. So I don't mind, obviously, looking at Davis. Let's say Davis is out. I'm probably going to go Gafford once again. I know Boston's a really dang good defense, but, like I said, I mean, if there's points to be had, there's points to be had. Washington's out. If Davis is out, Gafford's literally the only dude down there. So not a great matchup for Gafford. But like I said, he's just one of the main guys. You can also look at Marshall and a GPP. If Davis plays, I don't have anybody from this Dallas. The only one I would consider maybe is Irving and Davis. I don't know how they play together, but that would be my only one. The flip side, like I said, you can look at Boston. It's a 229 and a 9.5 spread, so I think they're thinking AD is not going to play in this game. Because I think it would be a little bit closer with AD. But nevertheless, Brown, Tatum, they're okay cash game plays. If Drew Holiday's out, you can always look at Derek White, Peyton Pritchard as well. Um, that's kind of what we got going on. So, like I said, Davis on that Dallas side, if he plays, I'm playing him. If he doesn't play, probably a little bit of Gafford, maybe Irving. And then on the Boston side, like I said, maybe some Peyton Pritchard as well. Also, Boston does struggle. Sorry, Dallas does struggle against centers, but if Davis plays, obviously that's he's one of the best defenders in the league. But if he doesn't play, then Kitstaff, Porzingis, and guys like maybe Cornette or Horford, maybe those guys can get you a couple fantasy points as well. All right, moving on to Houston and Minnesota. We have actually a low total here. Two good, pretty good defenses. 214 and a 1.5 spread here. So it is a back-to-back here for Minnesota. Edwards, as I showed you, popped off last night. So this is another one of those. It's kind of one of those cashy things where you're gonna, your bigs, you're gonna get 5 times value. That's all you're probably gonna get, 5, maybe 5.2. I don't see a ton of big value on this slate as of yet, but you can always go back to the well with Edwards. You can go back to the well with Sengun. Amen Thompson looked like just terrible, man. With Sengun coming back, I mean, he's still got 37, but man, 7 turnovers. I think might have been just the game, but maybe he can rebound here. But like I said, his usage rate definitely goes down with Sengun being back. So just remember that. I know Thompson's been good, but he's been really good. Why? Because Sengun's been out. So that's why he's been getting so much attention. Now he's going to kind of slide back down to that normal 35-40 range. So, 100% he can still pop off, but like I said, with Sengun being back, it definitely changes things. Um, Once again, you can always go back to the well if you want to with Reed and Daniels, but like I said, it's just not the greatest matchup for him overall with these guys. So if I had to pick, I would probably stick to maybe Jalen Green could be worth a look. Like I said, the point guard, they're kind of gone. If Easton's out, maybe look at Whitmore if you want to in some GPPs. So, but overall, so far, just kind of a straight up slate. Orlando and Denver, both these teams are on a back to back. Orlando apparently just went off last night with 120 or 130 points scored, which that total was like a 215. So crazy, crazy. Um, see. We have a 219 and a 7.5 tonight. So it's a back to back for both of these teams. So I'm very intrigued to see if they do anything at all. I mean, it's a 7.5. I To me, somebody could sit, but I'm not sure because I think that's kind of where it should be. But we'll see. We'll see if anybody rests here on the back to back. If it does, oh man, a lot of value obviously in this game. So if nobody rests, Franz Wagner, Jokic, um, maybe Cole Anthony, depending on what's going on. Like I said, as we know that Denver's area. Sorry, Denver's not good against center. I'm sorry about that. So you guys can look at Goga. He's 5'5". He's still kind of making his way back. Playing 20 and 22 minutes. Probably going to play about 23, 24 minutes in this one. So I think you can still look at him. I think Wendell's kind of getting out of the rotation. So look at Goga at only 5'5", since there's not a ton of value out here tonight. Like I say, you can go back to the well with Michael Porter like I did last night, but I've never seen that type of game from him. Me personally. 65. So it was nice finally getting something from Porter. So I think this game, like I said, I'm probably looking at Goga, Jokic, Wagner, but these are just looks. They're not must haves. Like I said, if anything happens in this game, that would be really nice. Because right now there's not a lot of GPP edge. Golden State and the Lakers. These guys just played a little bit ago. Now, obviously, a different team. We got a 222 and a 7.5 by the Lakers. So 7.5, and all they have is LeBron. Interesting. Well, it's because Golden State's depleted. I get it. Austin Reeves, I think, is worth the play. Like I said, these guys played just a little bit ago. Austin Reeves was not too bad. Brandon Pasek, I'm not sure how you say his name. Brandon. We're going to call him Brandon. I mess up these guys' names. I apologize. Anyway, they just played. Like I said, he played the Lakers. Had 24 minutes, 17, 3, and 5, 34.1. Probably have more of an expanded role here, 28 to 30 minutes, kind of like we saw against Utah. He had 39. So I don't mind going back to him for sure, and I think a lot of people will have him. Real Hachimura could be another all right option. Like I said, he's kind of just a cash game play, 30, 31 points. Dorian Finney-Smith, if you're doing GPPs, you can put him in there, but the dude doesn't do much. He might get you at 1920, but if you get you at 1920 and everyone else does what they're supposed to, then you're in a good spot. Um, LeBron is obviously LeBron in a good spot. If Jackson Hayes starts again, you got to put, consider him at 45. So a little bit of value over here. And like I said, with LeBron, probably gets you about 53 to 55 in this one. But like I said, if Jackson Hayes continues starting, I like him until Williams comes in and takes his spot. So don't mind that one at all. Sacramento and Portland in this one. Actually, one of the ones that has a half decent total. We have a 230 and a 1.5 spread here. So definitely one of the better ones. Like I said, Portland has been playing very good recently. Sacramento didn't look the greatest, but I think they could do a bounce back here. I'm definitely more targeting the Portland side. One thing that I really did notice, like I said, I was watching the game against Indiana, and like I said, I don't know if it was just a one-time thing, but Denny Avila got screwed hard. I picked him in a late night. He was like 70% owned. I don't know if they're going to do it to him again. But I think they had Denny Avila like shooting guard on a small forward the other night, and that's a big issue because they have Henderson and Sharp, and they love running those smalls. But I mean, like I said, Sacramento's not the biggest team with the guard position, so we'll see what they do. Denny. Hopefully they move Denny down to the small forward because then he's in play. But like I said, when Denny was in shooting guard, Henderson and Sharp literally just took his minutes. Like I was watching that game. I think he had zero point 0.7 at halftime or something. Avila just looked terrible. So I'm a little hesitant with him right now because I don't know what they're going to do with that rotation. On the flip side, though, Scoot Henderson, dude's looking solid, man. Very aggressive, shooting the three ball. Um, I like him. He's looking good. I think, like I said, once again, a solid cash game option for you. I think Monk could definitely have a bounce back. Like I said, he didn't look great, but 78 is a very good spot for him. Kamara as well, if you think he's going to get 38 to 40 minutes, I definitely don't mind him. Sorry about that, real quick, guys. But yeah, Kamara, like I said, another guy. He's really playing minutes, so I think Denny Avila is probably the one that gets docked on the minutes, if anything. So, well, like I said, keep an eye on it. Maybe it was just because of who they were playing, but it kind of sucked picking Denny. Um, But yeah, Kamara, not bad. Henderson, you can go back to the well with Levine or DeRozan if you want to. I think this should be a good game. Sabonis has not been looking the greatest. So, like I said, I think LeBron's going to carry a way more ownership in this game. And for good reason. I think Sabonis could have a bounce back here, but also, like I said, Portland has been a lot better against the power forward center position recently, so keep that in mind. And another thing to kind of, if you're doing a GPP, Robert Williams was said to get the run at the backup center position, and he did get that. So we'll just see what he does. If he's a backup again and gets 20, 22 minutes, I mean, you got to look at him, you know? He's that guy that can just go out there and just destroy in bare minimum minutes. So if we get word that Williams is going to be the backup again, which I think he is going forward over Klingman, Williams, I think, is definitely worth a look in some GPPs. All right, moving on to Indiana and the LA Clippers. We got a 228 and a 5.5. Indiana looked terrible against Portland. I will say that Halberton, that was horrendous night. Bounce back, I think, in this one. Like I said, Clippers are a pretty solid defense though. So, um, but yeah, I don't think Halliburton's obviously going to have that issue again. But yeah, Clippers pretty dang good defense. They do give up quite a bit of assists, and that's kind of where Halliburton is makes his money at. So I think he's still worth a look. I really do like this Clippers side. Harden, once again, he was not good last time out, but Harden and Powell are probably the two I really don't mind looking at. In this one, Andrew Nembhard as well in cash games. He's been playing pretty dang good as well. But yeah, Powell and Harden probably my two favorites. 7,300. I think he'll be very popular. I think Kawhi's more of your GPP play. Kind of been all over the place. Same as Derrick Jones, GPP. Siakam and Turner, like I said, they're worth a look. I just don't know if they're really going to hit value today. And then on the flip side, you could always look at Zubac as well against Indiana. He, once again, didn't have a good game last time out. But Indiana's middle of the road against centers, especially in the rebound department. 16 given up per game, so don't mind looking at Ivan Zubac as well. So, all right, let's go plug in a couple players that I'm looking at early. So I think right away James Harden's one of the ones I'm looking at. I really think that Halberton could have like a bounce back 5 times value game, so like 43 maybe. Um, and like I said, you got Austin Reeves and Monk. I'd probably go with Monk here, but Portland has been playing good, so keep that in mind. Like I said, if not, you got Henderson at 6'1", I think's in a good spot. Peyton Pritchard maybe, Cole Anthony, depending on what's going on. If he starts again. So some half decent spots. Obviously, Keon Ellis down there as well at 4,400. Another good option that's going to, get you 24, 25 fantasy points. Shooting guard position, like I said, Edwards is looking good if you want to play him on a back-to-back. I think for me, Norman Powell at 73, like I said, he's just in a good spot. Christian Braun, Kamara, as I mentioned, Sharp, Brandon as well, another guy that I like. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at, and then gives you 6,100 to go get maybe one cheap guy, and then go go get LeBron and stuff like that. So that's kind of going to do it for this video. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you guys have any questions or anything, like I said, always hit us up on our Twitter. And it was another solid night last night. Like I said, we had a 398 and a 390 for our premium lineups. And like I said, our subscribers won pretty dang good money. Like I said, one of them won $300. And like I said, monthly membership is only $25, less than $1 a day, and he won $300. So why not give it a try? Like I said, we'd love to have you guys. Chris Anthony, NBA1 on Twitter. And like I said, we have a $5 day pass for 2 lineups. And then, like I said, we also have our monthly pass for 25. So I think that's mostly it. Once again, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys have a good one. And we'll see you guys in the next one.